This video is going to describe Chapter 1.4, the distributive property. The distributive property talks about multiplying a number on the outside of the parentheses to a quantity inside of the parentheses, and basically says that I can take that number and I can multiply it to each of those terms. So that means I'm going to take that 7 and I'm going to multiply it to the 3w. 7 times 3w is 21w. And then I'm going to take the 7, I'm going to multiply it to the negative 5. Please keep in mind that this subtraction sign also works as a negative sign. So I take 7 times negative 5 and I get negative 35, which means I'm going to subtract 35. Had this number been positive, then this would have been an addition sign. Now, sometimes the number on the outside is negative, and some of the numbers on the inside are negative. So I'm going to take this negative 4 and I'm going to multiply it to each of these 3 terms on the inside of the parentheses. Negative 4 times 2x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times negative 5x. Negative times negative is positive. This is positive 20x. Negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. Okay, now you try one. Please pause the video at this time to practice this problem. Hopefully you took the 4 and multiplied it to each of these terms. So you should get 24v squared minus 12v plus 20. All right, next we're going to discuss combining like terms. Keep in mind you can only combine terms when they are the same. So for example, both of these have a y in them, so I can go 17y plus 25y, which basically means I'm going to take the two numbers in front, the coefficients, and I'm going to add them together. 17 plus 25 is 42y. Please notice that it's not y squared. 17 plus 25, the y would remain the same. Over here you got 6t squared plus 3t minus t. These have a t in common, this does not. So the 6t squared cannot be simplified. 3t minus t, keep in mind that there is a 1 here that's assumed or invisible. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Now you try one. Please pause the video at this time to practice this problem. All right, in this problem, these have a w in common. So I've got 4w cubed. 2 minus 8 is negative 6w plus 5. You cannot combine this and this because this is w cubed and this is just w. So my answer should be that. All right, and finally I want to show you a cool trick with the distributive property. So for example, if I wanted to solve this problem without using a calculator, what I could do is change this so that this says 7 times 50 minus 1. And then what I'm going to do is take 7 times 50, which is 350, 7 times negative 1, which is negative 7. I just subtract these and I get 343. This would be a way to do some math in your head without necessarily having to grab a calculator. Now here, you try one. Think about how you could write the number 62 using the distributive property. Go ahead and pause the video to practice this problem. So in this problem, you would want to write 60 plus 2 times 5. So I'm going to take 5 times 60, 5 times 2, and this becomes 300. That's 10. So my final answer would be 310. Sorry, I was writing on the bottom of the page, huh? Thank you very much for watching the video.